Healing. It's one of those incredible, kind of magical things that happens every day, right? We get a cut, maybe we break a bone, and then somehow our body just knows how to fix it. But how? How does that actually work? I mean, we've all been there. You scrape your knee, get a nasty cut, and then you just watch it get better on its own. It feels like magic, but it's not. It's actually a brilliant biological program that's running inside all of us.
So, to really get a handle on this, let's dive into a real story. Picture this. A middle school student breaks 2 bones in his foot. It took 4 whole months for it to heal completely. The big question is, what exactly was going on inside that foot during those 4 months to get him back on his feet?
To figure that out, we've got to start big. Let's zoom all the way out and look at the macro view. The parts of our body we can actually see and touch.
You see, an injury like a broken foot isn't just one simple problem. It's damage to a whole system of parts. You've got the skin, which is our protective barrier. You've got muscles, which attach to the bones and let us move. And of course, the bones themselves, which provide all our structure and support.
And here's the crucial thing. These parts don't work alone. They're all interconnected. So if you break a bone, the muscle that's attached to it can't do its job properly. If you tear the skin, that protective barrier is gone. The whole system just gets thrown completely out of whack.
But to find the real secret to healing, we have to go deeper, like much, much deeper. So let's swap our big picture view for a microscope.
And this leads us to the most important question. When you get right down to it, what are all these things? The skin, the muscle, the bone, what are they fundamentally made of?
The answer is cells. They are the absolute smallest unit that we can say is alive. You, me, that plant over there, every animal on Earth, we are all just these incredibly complex communities of trillions and trillions of these tiny living things.
And here's what's so amazing about them. Cells are not just generic little blobs. Oh no, they're highly specialized. And it all boils down to one of the most elegant ideas in all of biology. Structure determines function. The way something is shaped is perfectly suited for the job it has to do. Think about it like a bird's beak. A finch has a thick, strong beak. Its structure, which is perfect for cracking seeds, its function. A hummingbird has a long, thin beak for sipping nectar. The shape is a perfect match for the job. Well, believe it or not, the exact same principle is true for every single cell in your body. And the diversity is just wild. Nerve cells are long and spindly, with all these branches reaching out to send signals across your body. Red blood cells are these tiny, smooth discs, perfectly designed to squeeze through the narrowest blood vessels. Muscle cells are long and fibrous, so they can contract and create movement. And bone cells, they form a hard, rigid matrix for support. Each one is a specialist.
Okay, so our body is a huge system made of all these specialized cells. Now we can finally connect the dots. Get ready for the aha moment.
This is it. This is the secret. Healing, at its most basic level, is simply the process of cells making more of themselves. When you get hurt, you create a gap in your tissue. And healing is just the biological process of filling that gap back in. That's it. And it happens in this really beautiful, logical sequence. First, the injury creates that empty space. Second, your circulatory system jumps into action, rushing blood to the area to deliver all the raw materials needed for the construction job. Third, the healthy cells at the edge of the wound start to divide and multiply, literally building a bridge of new cells across that gap. And finally, the gap is filled and the tissue is repaired. Of course, a huge construction project like this needs a ton of energy, and that's where all our body systems have to work together. The blood delivers the fuel, the nutrients from our food, and that fuel passes through the cell's outer wall, its membrane, to power this whole process of division and repair. So, now that you get this fundamental idea, cells making more cells to fill a gap, you can actually use it to understand other amazing things our bodies do. For instance, if you ever look at an X-ray of a child's bones, you'll see these distinct little gaps at the ends of the bones. Now, those aren't breaks, they're called growth plates. And what are they? Well, they are literally gaps that the body is designed to fill in over time. It's how we get taller.
And when you put them side by side, it's fascinating. The trigger is different. Sure, one is an injury, the other is just normal development. And the outcome is different, repairing something versus getting bigger. But look at the process. It is exactly the same. In both cases, cells are just making more cells to fill a gap. It's the body using the same incredibly efficient system for two totally different purposes.
Okay, so let's zoom back out one last time just to appreciate how totally elegant this whole system is.
It all comes down to this. Our body is a system made up of other interacting systems, and all those systems are just groups of cells working together to form tissues and organs, all of it clicking together perfectly to keep us alive and going.
So, you see, healing isn't magic at all. It's this constant, automatic, and incredibly sophisticated process that's written right into our biological blueprint. The next time you get a paper cut, just remember that amazing cellular program that's kicking into high gear, all on its own, just to fix you.
Which leaves us with one final thought. Our bodies are absolute masters of repair, but there are limits, right? Some animals can regrow entire limbs, but we can't. So, what do you think? Are those the absolute limits, hardwired into us? Or could we one day learn to rewrite that program?